There have been some cracking titles arriving onto our Xbox consoles so far this August, and we have a ton of brand new announcements to cover in today's video. We have everything from some massive AAA titles, some eagerly anticipated AA's, and even some incredible looking indie titles. All of these games today are coming to our consoles, with some of them also coming to Xbox Game Pass, so make sure to keep an eye out for that icon so you know which ones are coming to the service. We have 15 games to cover today, so with that, my name is Fletcher, and this is Xbox Nation, and let's dive right into it. First up, and as a shadow drop out of bloody nowhere, Night Dive Studios has revealed its next project as part of QuakeCon, and no, it's not Quake 3 Arena or Quake 4 as expected. Instead, it's a definitive re-release of two classic shooters in Heretic and Hexen. For those of you who haven't played these before, both of the titles were released back in the 90s, and this definitive version features improved performance, an enhanced soundtrack, local split-screen deathmatch and co-op modes, as well as online crossplay and a bunch of behind-the-scenes material and so much more. As mentioned, Heretic and Hexen are available right now on Xbox Game Pass for the Xbox One consoles, the Xbox Series consoles, and also PC. It's also very cheap to buy if you don't have Game Pass at a price point of just £13.24 or $15 in the States. Even so, these are some great games to dive into, and I recommend you dive into them right now. Electronic Arts has unveiled its next new sports game in the form of NHL 26, which is actually releasing surprisingly early for an NHL title. It's usually out in early October, but have actually pushed this one forward by a month to the 12th of September. This newest entry in this series is set to feature what EA are calling IceQ 2.0 technology, and it seems to be fueled by NHL Edge professional data, so your favourite sports stars think, move and play like their own selves. There are also a ton of extra improvements, including Beer Pro mode, which has also been revamped, alongside extra goalie systems and so much more. Like Madden, I've actually never played an NHL game, so I'd be keen to hear if these improvements sound good to you in the comments below. Of course, Xbox Game Pass Ultimate members do get a lovely 10-hour free trial as part of a subscription, so you can play it on the 5th of September as part of the early access period. As a bit of a surprise, thanks to the Nintendo Indie Showcase that aired a couple of days ago now, we got an announcement of an absolute gem coming to Xbox Game Pass later this year. That's right, Devolver Digital's star game of 2025, known as Ball X Pit, is coming to Xbox Game Pass on day one. If you're unfamiliar with this one, the game essentially has you beating up waves of foes with balls and then using the spores you find to expand your base, recruit heroes, and so much more. The developer does cite Vampire Survivors as an influence, which makes perfect sense, and whatever's going on in the trailer right now looks so bloody addictive. Many outlets are also stating this could be another Game of the Year contender, so get ready to dive into this one with your subscription this October. You may remember, but we did have the announcement of a brand new LEGO game earlier this year, but instead of the traditional games that we know and love, we're now getting a Mario Party inspired one. Well, this week, LEGO Party finally got a release date, and it will be coming to your Xbox consoles rather soon. It will be arriving on the 30th of September to be exact, and it will be bringing its own style board game to the Xbox One and Xbox Series consoles, complete with 60 minigames that look pretty fun at first glance. There seems to be some bloody great looking games here, with one that looks like a version of Trials, and another one where you have to snowboard a mountain pass as quickly as possible. If there's enough strategy and potential for scheming like there is in Mario Party games, then this could be a pretty fun one for this year. You can never have too many Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles games, right? Well, if you agree, then buckle up as we're getting another one on our Xbox Series consoles later next week. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tactical Takedown has just received a surprise 14th of August release date for the two Xbox Series consoles along with Nintendo Switch, and yes, for some reason it is skipping the PlayStation consoles. This title first launched on PC back in May, and it's the first ever turn-based Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles video game that we've ever seen. Unfortunately, it seems like it did struggle for sales over on Steam, as there are only just over 100 user ratings as of right now, but the good news is it's got very positive ratings based on all of those who've shared their thoughts. In this package, you're essentially looking at 20 action-packed levels, a graphic novel-inspired art style, and a thumping multi-genre soundtrack, and so much more. It does look pretty decent from what I've seen, and it will be available for a low price of just $20 when it arrives next week. We've all been waiting a little while now for Karma the Dark World to make its Xbox debut, having originally released for both the PC and PlayStation 5 back in March, but finally we've got a release date, and it does hit both the Xbox Series consoles on the 14th of September. If you're unfamiliar, Karma the Dark World is essentially a first-person cinematic psychological thriller set in a dystopian world, in which you have to investigate the twisted environments of suspects' memories and the horrors that lurk within the corners of their minds. The good news about the Xbox delay is that we can see what the reviews are like so far, and judging by the Steam rating at the very least, it seems a worthy purchase. Karma the Dark World currently has a very positive rating over on Steam based on about 2,500 reviews. We are getting an exclusive green filter as part of the Xbox edition as well, as the game is finally arriving after a little delay. You may remember this next game, as it absolutely blew up onto the gaming scene a couple of months ago now. Content warning is finally coming to our Xbox consoles, and I know so many within our community have been wanting this for quite some time. It is unfortunately coming in 2026, which is certainly a bit of a lengthy spell away, so hopefully the game does keep its popularity until that point in time. This game really did blow onto the scene though, and that's due to the amount of laughs that this one actually generates. Your goal is to get famous in any way possible, as you film stupid stunts, find spooky stuff, and then probably succumb to some awful creature lurking in the depths. I have watched many of my own favourite creators play this one, and it looks utterly fantastic, and I will certainly dive into this one with my friends when it lands next year. As a bit of nice news, the developer Kiwi Walks has announced that WitchSpring R is making its way to Xbox consoles on the 22nd of August, and this has actually given us Xbox gamers the chance to dive into this magical adventure of Pieberry for the very first time. Along with the re-release, we will also get free content updates called The Followers Full. This is basically an epilogue DLC that adds some extra stories after the base game, some new warlords, a mysterious follower's tale, and also full voice acting in Japanese and Korean. If this gem flew under your radar, many review outlets basically called this one a potential game of the year for 2024, and also shared how this charming title has a ton of heart from the developers. I love seeing that we're getting more JRPGs like this on our Xbox consoles, and I'll be keen to hear your thoughts on this in the comments below. If you also want to give it a bit of heart today and want to see some more game announcements and Xbox content every single day, then do consider subscribing, as we're on our way to 70,000 subscribers. At the moment, over 78% of you are not subscribed, and I would love for you to join the fastest growing Xbox community here on YouTube. Thanks again for your continued support so far for 2025, and let's dive back into the remaining announcements coming our way. Out of the shadows, Disciples is making a very big return with a brand new entry called Disciples Domination, and it was announced by Calypso Media and set to launch in 2026. This dark fantasy strategy RPG marks a fresh chapter in this series, taking place 15 years after the events of Liberation. If you're wondering though, the combat is still turn-based but has then evolved, so you can expect some faster pacing, deeper mechanics, and a grid-based system enhanced with dynamic battlefield events. It also includes extra unit synergies and powerful faction traits as well. You'll basically be commanding a squad drawn from 5 distinct factions, including a return of the beloved mountain clans. Whether you're a die-hard fan or totally brand new to this franchise, this one is shaping up to be something truly special. Don't forget to add it to your wishlist, as it is available on the Xbox Store right now, ahead of its 2026 launch. I think it's that time again when I remind you that this next game, which looks like Cyberpunk and Doom had a baby, is coming to your Xbox consoles, and it got a finalized date as of this week. Metal Eden is an adrenaline-fueled sci-fi first-person shooter featuring fast-paced combat combined with cybernetic parkour, and it lets you explore a world where humanity's consciousness has transcended the flesh and now residing within robots. This was announced through a brand new launch trailer, which I've been showing you on screen right now, where not only do we get a date for the game, but also our first glimpse of Asuka, the protagonist's dark past, and the world of Mobius. We already had a demo appear on the Xbox Store, and many fans out there have really been praising the lightning fast parkour and also acrobatics paired with the razor sharp action. It finally comes to our Xbox consoles on the 2nd of September, and I'm so bloody excited to dive right into it. Tides of Tomorrow is the brand new game from Road 96 developer Digix Art and is coming to our Xbox Series X and S consoles on the 24th of February. This one is set on the mysterious ocean planet where the first-person adventure drops you into a surreal world where survival hinges not only on your choices but the actions of another player. Using an asynchronous multiplayer system, you'll also wake up with no memory and then choose another player to essentially follow. Your past decisions will also shape your journey, with ghost-like echoes of others' gameplay appearing within your world, and that'll basically help you when guiding you through puzzles, warning you of dangers, or just revealing some secrets. It's like navigating a parallel reality where someone else's footsteps lead your way. It looks absolutely incredible, and of course, if you're into story-driven adventures with a unique twist, then definitely keep this one on your radar. Now, this next one really caught my attention, and I think it'll grab your attention as well. Heading Out is a unique narrative driving game inspired by classic road movies like Vanishing Point and Thelma and Louise. It actually launched last May as a PC exclusive, but an Xbox port has been in development, with the devs saying so back in June. Finally, this week, the console version has a release date, and there's not long to wait at all. Crunching Koala has confirmed that Heading Out will be hitting our Xbox consoles on the 29th of August. To give you some backstory, Heading Out sees you playing as an outlaw known as the Interstate Jackalope, and you're heading across America in a muscle car, choosing the route to try and escaping your fear. The white muscle is inspired by a 1971 Dodge Challenger RT, the hero car in Vanishing Point, with even more cars then being unlocked after completing each act. It seems like a very interesting experience, and I know there's been some positive sentiment about it over on Steam so far, so definitely keep this on your radar. I Hate This Place is a really incredible looking experience, and it's basically taking all of us players into a warped wilderness where unfathomable creatures and an unforgiving environment will challenge our very own survival skills. As you can see, there is an absolutely insane looking bold comic book art style here. The premise is rather simple as well, as we will have to essentially explore this world, scavenge for resources and craft a variety of weapons. By day, we'll be gathering supplies, crafting equipment, and fortifying our shelters ready for nightfall, as that's when all hell really breaks loose. We finally got a brand new gameplay trailer, and it just takes everything up a notch, and I'm really falling even more in love with that art direction as well. If you are interested in this one, it's still due to launch sometime later this year on both the Xbox Series consoles. As a final quick note today, we do have some updates for a few Xbox Game Pass games which are due to land later this year. At the Nintendo Indie Showcase a couple of days ago now, we finally got some new release dates on two eagerly anticipated titles, those being Ultimate Sheep Raccoon and Winter Burrow. Both got a final release window confirmed for winter 2025, and I won't lie, I was kind of hoping for a fixed date rather than just this window. Still, it's great to see these games are still aiming for a 2025 release, and I will no doubt share more details about these games nearer to launch. What game announcement has you the most intrigued? Do let me know, as I always love having discussions with you in the comment section below. Do like this video if you did enjoy, and I'd love to see us break 1,000 likes. Also do subscribe for more Xbox content on the daily, and join our growing Xbox community. Whilst you're here though, why don't you check out my most recent video on screen now, as I covered the huge sales going on in the Xbox store right now.